And we're live. What's up, Crash?
What up, broski? Felt like something was missing yesterday, if I do say myself, bro. It just felt like I had a chunk of, oh, I have nothing to do this week, bro. I don't know how you felt.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we sat with nothing to do yesterday because Prem fucked off on holiday to Canada for a week or for a couple of days or whatever it is. Congratulations, by the way, to everyone on the card at King of the Dot. Very pleased and happy for you. But we're not interested in that today. We're talking about Prem and where winning matters.
Well, the
And
UK, baby.
long story short, I can be accused of being a little bit critical on the show, and Crash, you've been known to have the occasional hot take here or there, and I wanted to demonstrate something this week. If we could, we'll do our best. I can't promise it, but we'll do our best. We're going to be positive. We're doing the best of show. This is the best of Premier Battles Where Winning Matters so far. We're going to talk about all the good things, all the things we liked, all the things we really enjoyed, all the things we loved, all the things we're looking forward to, and everything in between. And just a reminder, if you're watching this, you want to come on and have your say, the chat's open and the Zoom is open. Come and join me and Crash. Come and tell everyone what you thought, what you liked. I'm going to give you the toughest question of this entire show, dude. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to pick up the thread on what's good about Premier Battles Where Winning Matters, or what's been good so far?
Don't know what they've done really. If they've thrown off our routine, and it's quite rude to be honest, because we haven't done one of these shows before. So where do we start? Where do we start? Do we glaze on one more time on the production? Let's just start at the beginning, innit? Like, obviously,
That's a good place.
let's start episode one. I'm not gonna fuck Joe, man. Fuck Joe, because he clip it. But yeah, listen, overall, from the first, let's call it season. It's not, I know the season's not over, but let's just call it like part A of season one of Where Winning Matters tournament. First segment. I still enjoy it. I still like the production. It seems like from the feedback of all the battlers that it works well on the day. It feels like some battlers want to do more, which I think, like I was saying to England with a Prophet, why isn't there like a cipher? You know what I'm saying? You're all rappers. Do you know what I mean? But it would also be good to see some of the more YouTubey kind of content, if that makes sense. Like I like the little games of like who's the imposter? Just little games or general knowledge quiz. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason that these battlers and, you know what I'm saying, content creators, technically, I mean, they're on YouTube, shouldn't be doing these extra little things to get content for themselves. I'm not blaming that. Yeah, like not totally blaming that on Premier Battles. It take like you're your own person. If you've got 15, 20-minute break, hey, make some behind the scene content. Obviously don't spoil nothing. But yeah, man, the whole concept of the show, I think it works really well as a tournament. I like it. It's one of the better tournaments I've seen.
The formatting of it, I agree. I'm also going to just caveat something because I realise the irony. Crash can't see this, but as you're watching this, right around here, there's an empty box. Yeah, that's where my head normally is. So before anyone gets on my back about the production quality of Prem, as I criticise the production quality of Prem, fair point. But the point is that, yeah, I think the thing that sold me on it originally is the thing that still endears me to it now. It's Sunday evening television, appointment television, finally. And I know it's internet-based, I know it's streamed, but it's television. Let's just be honest. We all sit down on a Sunday night. We tune in. We get ourselves comfortable. We get our beverage. We get whatever we are, and we just zone into battle rap for an hour, 2 hours. And I love that. I love that every week at the moment I can tune in, and there might be good battles, there might be bad battles, there might be some weird studio segments. Kick Nelly might lecture us all on the cost of minimum wage. Meanwhile, Kingsley's giving it both barrels about how he's the most eligible bachelor in all of Gotham City. Like, you don't know what you're going to tune into at certain stages, but generally speaking, what you get is a consistent level of performance, of quality, and I don't remember a week where I wasn't like, oh shit, Premier Battles, right, got to tune in. I love that. I think it's great. You can quibble about the details as much as you want, but overall, I'm so happy we have this weekly show. There you go.
Shit.
That'll conclude the episode. That's all
And
we've got to say positive, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck everything else. We hate everything else. It's all shit. Nah, but
that was positivity at its finest. Yeah, let's fuck that off, right?
We managed 10 minutes of it before we got to get back to the point. Now, but I think the thing people want to talk about the most is the battles themselves, because I think there's been a lot of conjecture. There's been a lot of debate about the quality of the battles, whether or not it's produced the kind of moments or stars that I think Prem would have been angling for. And I'm keen to hear from people in the chat, or if you want to come on and talk to me and Crash, what their thoughts are. I thought I'd throw a few things out there, and maybe we could throw them backwards and forwards to see whether or not we can maybe unearth some gems of our own. Because I know we've talked extensively, but I don't know. I don't know whether or not we fixated on the good things. So I guess who surprised you? Like, having watched this tournament so far, and you've been watching week to week, who, if you could pick one person maybe, has surprised you the most in terms of what they've delivered, both in a battle, but also in the shows, like as a production, like, oh, he's doing a really cool thing. Even if it's just once a week for 5 seconds, I look forward to seeing him pop up. Give me your thoughts.
There's a few that pop to mind, but to be honest, it's not so much they've surprised, because I've known this person's been good, but had not good battles, if that makes sense. So my vote is for Enigma the Prophet on the self-awareness that he took in his interview of the, like, why didn't you pop last time? Because I was washed. Like, do you know what I mean? It gets like that sometimes in battle rap. And it was nice to see him put, like, not only is that, it's just like Bobby's reaction to him. Like, Bobby's seen him battle before where he was maybe a lower tier, but Bobby gets it more because of the work's paying off, if that makes sense. It seems like he's gone off, done a little research, gained a little wisdom, gained some XP, come back, and he's testing it and it's working. So it's not just the fact that he's surprisingly getting better. It's kind of like the crowd are learning more his style, I guess, and taking him in more. Pause.
Why do you do it? And it zoomed in. Why do you do that to yourself?
It's a tick. I don't know. Like, I think the laptop's learning me. The laptop's learning. Like, he's gonna say pause a minute. Boom.
You all saw that, right? He's like, pause. Bum 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 bum. Well, so Enigma's a good shout. I think you've alluded to the other person that I think everyone, even though they know he's a great personality and he's a great battler, Bobby Rex, man. Let's just talk about he was the MVP of the first show. I think he's gone on, I don't think to the same extent episode to episode. I think he has his moments more and more. But the entertainment factor of that guy has been exceptional. I've enjoyed when they've just let him just go. Just let him go. Just fuck the script. Let him call the shots. He's fucking hysterical. He's given us, again, man, I'm sort of joking, sort of not. If they don't put, we have just seen a car crash on a t-shirt, like, you're leaving money on the table. I'm sorry, but Bobby's been hysterical. And I think the studio segments, to add to that, I think when they click, they're really great. When Stro is in proper Strophen Smith mode, where he's just, so what do you think of Jesus Christ over Easter? Man, he's not working hard enough. He rose on the 3rd day, man. He had 2 whole days where he did nothing, and I want to see him do more, because he's that critical at times. But then you get the catharsis of seeing battlers on the week after, or in subsequent weeks, maybe start living up to that promise that he sort of alludes to, and you see him shift to be like, I told you we've seen this. I just wish we saw a little bit more of that dynamic, you know what I mean, in the studio segments at the moment, because that gives the shows real character. And that's the other thing. I'd like it when the shows have had real character, when each show felt, I remember this show because of this. This happened throughout it or during it. It gave it a real flavor, you know what I mean? And people do that. And Enigma, I would argue, did that in his interview segment and in individual battles. But who do you think? That's a good question. Who's stolen shows? Like, who are some of the people that you thought you tuned in and didn't expect? Do you know what? That guy stole the show that episode. Like, he's the MVP of the show. Give me some names that come to mind that way.
Spirit. Maybe because I know battlers, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? I got my eyes on the game, like, but Spirit wasn't someone that I'd heard in the Spaces battle or prior to this. Probably one of the only ones. And I don't think I'd seen B Ramble either before. But yeah, there's only like a few that I remember. And what's his name? Seven Wave. Hadn't heard of him before either. So I'm gonna say like out of them, it'd be Spirit out of the new guys that was like, okay, he understands the game. Like, do you know what I mean? He's using other people's moves, but like learning how, like knowing how to punch. I saw a Real Deal the other day talking about Well Done. Sorry to bring it up. I know we're in the UK, but like he was saying that like punching is like the main, like everyone should know how to punch. It's the easiest thing to do. Like you can be great at it, but like there's a lot of battlers that start and they don't know quite how to develop a punch, like a 4-bar punch. And yeah, he just had like the basic starter kit, but like maybe mixed in with what he was rapping about. I was like, yeah. More like keep rapping, bro. Keep rapping, bro.
I agree.
So yeah, he'd probably be my newfound favorite out of this tournament.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to rattle off some of the episodes, and I want you to tell me who you think maybe didn't get Battle of the Night or a bar or a round or anything, but you just think, do you know what? Probably the MVP of the show from a battle rap perspective, okay? So I think you've given it, but episode 1 was Gasbuff Slester, McCoy Spirit, Hamill versus B Ramble, Caveman versus Frost, which in hindsight, that was a pretty stacked fucking episode in hindsight, but
that was good.
I presume that was Spirit for you in that episode. Was just like he was surprised. He was like, "Whoa, where did he come from?"
Yeah. That's me. What about you?
I'll be honest, man. I think it's B Ramble. I know that people sort of are still not sure because they think she doesn't deliver that sort of that meanness, that sort of real like fucking. Ooh, that was nasty sort of stuff. She's very comical. She's very gesterish. I get that. But to go against Hamill, who's cleared the group now, he's effectively qualified first if he can beat Pagan, and gave him a really entertaining...
Quite a big threat from the get-go. Let's not lie. Him and Pagan were, what, the biggest threats going into this?
I think so. Mm-hmm. I mean... Certainly, Gast, I think, has been pegged as a favourite, and it's sort of shifted as the weeks have gone on, but still has the resume, you would argue, to go on a bit of a run. But for me, yeah, B Ramble was the surprise, because I felt she gave a surprisingly competitive battle given the circumstances. But could be argued that was favourable, because Hamill is the kind of... He's very comedic. He's very jovial. He's not very... He's never going to be the guy that goes, and I heard that your aunt had cancer. And it's like, ooh, this turned dark. Like, Hamill's always going to be the jokester.
Your nan's got cancer.
Can you imagine how... I mean, look, I ribbed him for saying profiterole in a weird way. No,
hey, bro. Hey, listen, I've had that same argument with my wife and my mother-in-law, bro. I say profiteroles as well, bro.
It's... I have a weird thing with again. I understand people. No one cares about my opinion on battle rap beyond who won and who lost. I just got to say, battlers, when you mispronounce words to make them fit rhyme schemes, stop, please stop. I can't. There's plenty of words that rhyme with the thing you're trying to rhyme it with. You don't need to profitable, or whatever he said.
Profitable.
I'm still on that, man. I'm still mad about it.
Man. It's a hard word. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta calm down. Anyways, episode 2, Dub T, Red Wolf, Dojo Briggsy, Sam SA versus Bowski. Who's your MVP of that episode, would you say?
What was the middle one again?
Dojo Briggsy.
Probably Dojo for dunking on Briggsy.
With the 3-0, you mean?
Yeah, man. Fuck Briggsy.
AKA the heel Briggsy episode.
Yeah. For banter purposes, like it has to be Briggsy. But it wasn't that. I think it would have been a good battle if Briggsy had come with 3 rounds as well. But it was also the content of Dojo. And it was quite cool because like Briggsy kind of brought it up as well, saying like you're very entitled, you talk out of term type shit. And Dojo was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna talk out. Like, do you know what I mean? Not like, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Like, no, fuck you, fuck the company. Why are you entering a tournament, you weirdo? And then kneeled at him like that.
It was good. It was, he brought it up because look, the only thing I'm allowed to be critical about one thing. I still hate the logo. Still hate the logo, lads. That logo there's something real suspect about the way that the P is behind the B on that. And Dojo is not wrong for pointing it out. Just saying. But the only thing I liked about that battle more than the fact that Briggsy really lent into the fucking tragedy of it. Because it was, oh no, I'm in serious trouble. What can you do other than laugh it off, right? Was Dojo felt vindication by saying some of the stuff. He was kind of cutting a promo on the boss. And again, I know you don't like wrestling, but who doesn't like
someone saying fuck you to Vince McMahon?
Dude, Stone Cold made a very lucrative living of kicking him in the nuts and flipping him off every episode, and we tuned in every fucking week to see that shit. Who doesn't love that? It's great. And I liked how they also took that gimmick into the rest of the episode. They made it so that Briggsy was the heel of the show by rigging the vote, by appearing in other segments. It was a good follow-through thread. And it was one of the few instances I think they've actually followed through with the narratives. We'll come back to that in a bit, I'm sure, but the narratives is something I've enjoyed when they've played with it. But nevertheless, so Briggsy Dojo was that one for you. Okay, cool. Episode 3, Crow versus Kick Nelly, Pagan versus Dynamic Mike, Kingsley Thunder versus Hulk.
Ooh.
Kind of a no-brainer for me on this one, I'm afraid.
It's got to be Pagan, but like,
interesting. Okay, all right. Versus
Pagan's one of my favorites to win, so like it's a buy. Like it's money on the table now. If we had to put a bet, I've got to back Pagan. Like I've not seen this guy drop the ball, to be honest, bro. So like, but I will say, was this the first time we saw Hulk?
Yes.
Yeah. This was the Hulk Kingsley interview prior.
Yes.
Yeah, I did like this was the difference between, so that interview was the difference between the unexperienced and the experienced. The people that were told to make content and the people that know how to make content, if that makes sense. And both Hulk and Kingsley showed clear levels of comfortability, being themselves. Like they just did the job well, if that makes sense. Like that's what I like. Them segments were why we want more interview segments of, like, say, not to be rude, I know we're trying to be positive, but like a Jim Bob Gnarly, where it was just like, that's kind of like, I hear you're like rapping, like, do you know what I mean? You're saying what you're meant to be saying, but I don't believe you. Like, this is a very starter kit of like the stuff you say before a wrestling promo. Like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna whoop his ass, shit. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the Hulk and Kingsley's were like laid back, like, yeah, another day in the office. To be honest, I'm just happy to be here.
Interesting. I like it when they set the table. I'm not sure if I need a reason to care sometimes. I'm willing to buy in if someone wants to sell me something. If it's like, hey, listen, you don't understand that fucking Ilya Taporia is going to fuck this guy up and here's why it's important. Okay, cool. Tell me. Whereas I think the thing that got me about this is that it's the first real upset of the tournament. I think a lot of people had Kingsley winning this. And then the battle happens and you go, I'm not sure he did. Oh, he might have lost that. Now, it was wafer thin, but I think he might have lost that. So that was the first time I think you really got to... Because up until that point, I think by and large, the guys that had gotten their material out were the ones that you thought were going to win anyway, with the exception of maybe Dojo Briggsy, like you were saying. If Briggsy had come prepared, had clean rounds, maybe it would have been different, but it was a 3-0. Whereas Kingsley Thunder gave a Kingsley Thunder battle. He didn't really stumble, have any problems. But Hulk was just better. Hulk was just stronger, more consistent, and got the bigger reactions. So yeah, I think probably inclined to say it was Hulk was the surprise MVP of that episode for me, just because even though I know he's good, he really did go above and beyond in that show.
Yeah, Hulk, I think Hulk's doing very well in this competition, and I predicted that he would. I'm not being funny. I didn't think this would be too hard for Hulk to handle this tournament. Due to the amount of experience he's got in just different rooms, unorthodox rooms. He knows when to rap well, like, do you know what I mean?
Indeed. However, unfortunately, we arrive at a tricky juncture here, Crash, and watch as we attempt something quite extraordinary. Positive, remember, positive only. Episode 4. Positive. Enigma the Prophet versus Jim Bob Gnarly. Seven Wave versus Beyond, the great heel turn of young Seven Wave. And Quicksilver versus one Burt Broadbent, who spent as much time educating his audience on why his bars were funny as he was spitting bars. That was an observation. That wasn't a criticism. Come on then. Tell me, who's your MVP? Who are you picking?
So, sorry, we have Broadbent versus Quicksilver.
Yes.
Enigma the Prophet versus
Jim Bob Gnarly.
Jim Bob Gnarly. And what was the middle one again? I don't know why that's not staying in my brain.
Seven Wave versus Young Beyond. The great heel turn of Young Seven Wave for talking through Young Beyond's rounds.
Right, positively, yeah. So let's talk realistically, right? Wasn't the greatest episode of the season, but again, like I don't blame Prem for this because any series I watch, even to like Solo Leveling, you talk about wrestling, I'll talk about anime, right? Solo Leveling has an episode that isn't the greatest, but if you're watching it, you've got to watch it. So I'm prepared. Even now, even though all the battlers have promised me, or all the ones I've spoke to have promised me, the level goes up from here. Like, do you know what I mean? I got room for another dip, like, because like there's nothing wrong with a dip every couple of episodes. You know what I mean? That's what makes it fun and shows the levels. So realistically, we're talking about the best of the worst here, isn't it? And
well, there are some positives. But I want to hear what you think about, because I think there were positives. I think Enigma the Prophet is one of them. I think to add to your
this
point
is what I was going to say. Enigma's being chucked in with like Enigma was probably the best on that episode.
I would probably agree with you. Yeah, I think he came out of the gates and gave a great interview too. I think that combination of good performance and good interview skills kind of surprised a lot of people because they weren't expecting much. Who's
the most memorable for me though? My man Seven Wave. Grime MC to the core, bro. Like, just the whole, like, I don't know. It was like seeing, like, I don't know how to extract it. Like, I don't know, man. It's like the first time you ever played like Capcom versus Marvel and you're watching Ryu stand next to like Iron Man. So it's like, I get it. You're from similar background, but like, what's going on? Like, he didn't drop the Grime MC. Like, he didn't say, I'm gonna conform. I'm gonna watch a couple of battles. I'm gonna see what is. Nah, fuck that. They put me for a battle. I'm coming to battle. Take these Grime bars.
By the way, I just need to counter something that Crash just said. If anyone says, I don't know anything about anime, I sat through the fucking Namek saga of Dragon Ball Z originally when it aired, okay? Or at least when it aired on Cartoon Network. There were several motherfucking filler episodes where it was just, Goku is allowing Frieza to power up to 100% for 3 fucking hours. And it's...
See how I use solo leveling? I use solo leveling because one does not simply disrespect the Bible of anime, like, do you know what I mean? One can simply not see in public disrespecting the mandem.
I'm not a big,
but I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying I am aware of the concept of a filler episode, and I wouldn't say this was a filler episode in that sense, and I'm not saying that you're saying it is, but this was certainly a bit of a rocky road for Prem to kind of look. We've got these shows, we know these battles are coming, and we know that they are not the highest quality the highest quality battles, considering we've got a developmental battle. Let me pull my notes again. Sorry. What were the battles again? Because I've just forgot. I've told you twice and I've forgotten. Well, it could be argued Burt Broadbent is still developmental in a certain sense, because I think even though he's had battles, a lot of his stuff has been very conceptual. It's been very raw. Quicksilver.
Do you know what? He's a good, and this isn't offensive, he's a good don't flop battler in the sense of like they do the concept battles. So like I think Broadbent did take part in like comedy versus like rap battles, because I think he is a comedian originally, and like that works. But like in a battle rap tournament, if you're not gonna conform to like punch like a battle rapper, you're not gonna get very far, man.
And I think the fact that he essentially called it a day after this battle speaks volumes to that. And it's a shame, really, because I was kind of looking forward to seeing how a comedic-minded person might adapt over time. Because I think that's the other thing. The tournament does allow people, even though it's a pressure environment, like, oh, okay, well, I've got to get ready for the next battle. Yeah, but you've got another battle. Like, you might have had a bad battle. Great, you've got another one around the corner. You've got another opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Reset. You know what I mean? Get back on the fucking wagon, as it were, and go again. Like, don't wait 3 months for your next battle to build up that fucking, oh, man, everyone's going to remember the last battle. And, oh, God, if they bring it up. It's like, you've got one in 2 weeks. Just go after it. Do you know what I mean? So, a shame, but never mind. But, yeah, to your point, I mean, if anything, I do like the fact that the 7-Way versus Beyond battle did prompt some very interesting conversations concerning the etiquette of UK battle rap, i.e., when is it okay to discuss with your opponent? Probably not during your round.
No, never during, right?
And you know, if you are going to discuss with your opponent and cause a choke, is it a good idea to choke your own material afterwards? Probably not. So we answered some very important questions as a result of it, and I'm grateful for that. That's good. It's fun. And it, like you say, Nib with the Prophet, I think, came out of the gate, surprised a lot of people, and brought a lot of energy and a lot of very, very good confidence to the tournament so far. But then we move on to episode 5, and this one was where we start to see the tournament take shape in terms of who might be qualifying. So Pedro versus DeBurk was sort of an exhibition battle, but featured DeBurk to get DeBurk a rep. Hulk versus Briggsy, Battle of the Vets. And then you had Dub T versus Kick Nelly, 2 gentlemen who, it could be argued, had chips on the shoulders, things to prove. Who was your MVP of that one, would you say?
Probably Hulk.
Hulk again. Interesting.
But I tell you what, I think Hulk won the battle. Did Hulk win the battle? Hulk won the battle.
I think that one was closer than most things, but I think Briggsy won that one.
Oh, okay. But I was gonna say, yeah, I do remember Briggsy's performance being like the tone setter of the, like, it was like compared to his last battle, which was quite friendly, and I know he had his mishaps, but it was like with this one, it was quite a sharper tone, which I enjoyed, as it set the standard of like, okay, let's be nasty to each other, like talking about Hulk's baby mom and that, and not having her on screen and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, the tone's been set a little low here, which again, as a battle rap fan, I like that pettiness. Like, if we're getting down, we're scrapping, ladies. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I probably think that battle, and then I'll switch to Briggsy because he won. No, I thought Hulk won.
I think DeBurk deserves a lot of credit in this one, because I think, given his relative level of experience being chucked in there against someone like Pedro, you'd probably want as much time as you possibly could to hone your own material. And I know that some of his stuff was adapted, but to get a name like Pedro on your CV, even in what was effectively a friendly battle, you know, it doesn't count on either of their resumes necessarily, and it certainly doesn't count in the scope of the tournament. It's just a rep. I think DeBurk deserves a lot of credit, and I think it
shows his skill. Yeah, that takes skill to do and pull off, to be honest. Like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
DeBurk had better rounds than some of the people that had more time to write.
It did. And it's certainly a valuable piece of experience. But then episode 6, again, start to see some of the early front runners start to stamp their authority. For instance, Crow versus Red Wolf, which Crow took the win on that one and secured passage through to the next round. Beyond versus Yaneth, and then Pagan versus B Ramble.
You start this one, bro. Let me think about this one, bro.
So
I want to be. I remember we're being nice.
I enjoyed B Ramble's performance, and I think she gave a good performance, but Pagan really kicked it up a gear in that battle. He was fucking merciless in, I think in particular, that third round of his to finish off the battle. Like, he really stamped his authority on the tournament in that battle. Like, that had the hallmarks of another jestery type jokey battle, and I think B Ramble came with a lot of that, and it was funny at times. But Pagan was as funny, but also way more visceral with his material. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there were just some lines in that were just, ooh, ooh, that's unnecessarily mean. And so for me, Pagan's the MVP of that episode. I think Crow gave another solid performance in that one, but for me, Pagan is, as you were saying, he's got so much potential if he can just find that next gear that people seem to be alluding to that they want to see from him. He's definitely got the performing style down. He's definitely got his writing ability down. He's maybe just missing that little bit of star quality that I think people are alluding to when they say they want to see more of his personality. They want to see something that sets him apart properly from his crop. I don't know what that would be, though. And I don't know if he showed it in this battle. I think people are still waiting for it, whatever that ends up being.
No, I don't know as well. It's annoying because, like, as an experienced battler, he's doing everything right. So I like, from my experience, I wouldn't know what to.
Is it
you can up your writing, but
let me ask a question then. Is it adversity that makes a battler truly, like, you've got to give him someone that you think, no, this guy could beat him, and maybe definitely starts to threaten to beat him, but he overcomes it. He like proves, like, no, he is quality. He isn't just beating who he's supposed to beat and losing to who he's supposed to lose to. He's overcoming adversity a little bit, or she is overcoming adversity a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Who would you book him against to give him that then? Pagan in his current incarnation, what's a big plate you'd give him to say, right, this is your chance. You're probably going to lose this, but it's a fucking opportunity. Go and take it. Who would you give him to give him the best chance, you think, to get that win that he needs to push him to the next level?
That's a good question, you know. Jeez.
Hard,
I don't know, you know,
you don't want him
like,
to lose.
yeah. And like, he seems like, because he's not been here for long, Pagan. Let's not forget that. He's like only popped what, short circuit time? Do you know what I mean? Indeed. So
Cammy's in the house, by the way, Crash.
I'm trying not to look at the
He's
screen.
not used to the people don't get it. Like, we don't have any budget here on the Halcyon Show. People will log into Zoom. We chuck them deep end. You better be ready, sink or swim, bitch. Cammy's in the house.
Hey,
good, mate?
That's why I was dancing, boys.
No,
can
I
you hear
it.
me?
That made come with an entrance. Yeah, man, we can hear you, bro. What are you saying, Cam?
How are we? Crash, you had some wild things to say about me, brother.
No, you know it's all banter. You know it's all telly, mate. You know I love you.
That's
you know
what they say. That's what they say.
What are you saying, Cam? We can do 1 minute rounds right now.
Oh, stop it. Hey, Lord, hold me back, Lord. Hold me back, Lord. Hold me back.
It's okay.
Let go.
This is all positive. This is a positive show, Cammy. This is all love. We're all here to be happy, and we're not bringing up the fact that you've got a spot that we're taking. We're coming for that spot, and it's okay. It's fine. You had a good run, but me and Crash are coming. We're taking that spot on Prem going forwards. I'm just letting you know right now.
Have you made an advert? Seriously, have you made an advert for it?
Made an advert? Crash, have you made an advert that I'm not aware of?
Hey, I'll make an advert right fucking now.
Okay, Crash is making an advert. This is airing on the next Premier Battles. Go.
Fuck Cammy. What's our show?
Halcyon Show,
Advert
Mondays,
over.
9 p.m. There you go.
Advert
There's your
over.
fucking advert.
Okay, there's your ad lib, there's your recording, but okay, never mind.
Cammy.
This doesn't stop with the hate. How
Come
are
on,
we, guys?
let's bring some positivity then. Cammy, best of Premier Battles where when it matters. We were going episode by episode. We'll put a pin in that for now. Yeah. When I say what's been the best of Premier Battles where when it matters, what immediately comes to mind for you, my friend?
What I will say, I've seen the first two because I was there. You see me there. Now we're on the third series, so I have no idea what's going to happen now. But for me, I'll be honest, and it might be Scottish bias. I think Pagan has been putting up some of the best material this entire tournament. I the way that Pagan, and even the one battle we've got from Hamill versus B Rambo, like the Be Real Lauren Hill bar, like it's them two I'm walking away from going, oh, these are the guys. These are next up and going to be cooking. Like I remember Pagan had like a Doctor Who, like, you know, like the Angels bar against Dynamic Mike. And it's just. The new guys have had the chance to shine. Even the Burke has been cooking as well, like, and having that opportunity with Pedro. I think seeing the newer guys has done really good. Like, P Soldier, you're all right, brother. You're all right. Appreciate
if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Like,
you don't have to be here, my man. Like, you've done enough. I appreciate you, P Soldier. But like, I think it's just been a great way, because normally these battles tend to only get, like, when they're uploaded, about between 600, 700 views. When each episode is getting 1,000 views, or, you know, it's putting more of a spotlight. And whether I was saying this on a recap, because I kind of discussed your discussion last week, because I uploaded mine late. Like, what happens? Like, what is the Premier Battles episodes? Are they benefiting for new fans, or are they making the fans already here watching the guys they wouldn't normally watch? Because the view's a view at the end of the day, but it's a little different where I don't know if there's new fans saying, oh yeah, I watched this battle rap through this. But what we are getting is these guys I wouldn't normally watch, Dynamic Mike. I wouldn't normally watch Red Wolf, but I'm following them now. You know, and I think that's a good benefit, but is it getting new fans in yet? I don't know. I will say, I don't know if you guys had seen it this weekend, just passed. The beatdown's very interesting. You know, from World Domination, that's a very interesting concept, and it's something that I thought way Pen Game does it doesn't quite mesh with me. But the beatdown series, that another wave, like combining a cappella with beatdown, like that sort of. I think you could get the energy from beatdown to then resemble in the a cappella battles afterwards, like if you find a nice mix in between the two. But I like this whole Premier Battle series has been interesting so far, but I'm more excited now since I haven't been in this series. This last one I'm way more excited for, and I'm looking at Lauren's face there going, this guy, I think he was there.
This guy knows. You feel like you're like me now, Cam. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, let me get them results out your pockets, bruh. Like, let's get
full disclosure. I was on 36 hours without sleep when I arrived in the building that day, and I was 42 hours without sleep when I left. I barely remember if I introduced my name correctly during the day, so you ain't getting nothing out of me. I'm sorry.
So if it was Bugs Bunny was battling the Tasmanian Devil because you were clearly delirious.
Yeah. He wouldn't have a clue what happened, man.
He had no idea. Oh my God, Keanu Reeves walked in the building all of a sudden. Like,
the only thing I remember, and this is legit for a shoot, ladies and gentlemen, is Stro being monstrously mad with me because I didn't turn up to his Sunday League game. He was giving me the business all afternoon because he's like, "Where the fuck were you?" And I was like, "Where am I now?" Like, it was craziness. But okay,
where are we all? Like,
I will give you a tiny little spoiler. Tiny little spoiler.
Brace yourselves.
Tiny. It was really good. All the battles were good.
You're arsehole, man.
There you go. They were really, really good. You should definitely tune into them. They were really, really good. Yeah, there you go.
Man, and like, to say no more, Crash. I don't know how you're feeling. Pagan versus Hamel. That'll happen.
That's had to happen, man. We've been waiting for that to happen. Like, these two motherfuckers, bro.
I'm almost at a point going, if whatever happens here, do a rematch. Because this is, to me, if this tournament wasn't happening and Premier Battles was acting as normal, Pagan versus Hamel would have been on Apex. Like, you know, the first battle of Apex, but they would have been on the big card. They would have been, that's how you set the standard. Because there's already that build-up of the wild card versus the wild card, like from North and South, and even though it's all off the fuck, like, but like there is a storyline there, and the two in this tournament are the clear front runners in their bracket. So what's going on? What's going on here?
Question then for both of you: what's the significance of who wins that battle? What does it mean for the rest of the tournament for whoever tops that group as the winner? Not only for those two, because they're both going to qualify. So invariably, they could face each other. Potentially, it might transpire that they end up facing each other again. But for the fact that whoever wins is going to qualify their top with a clean sheet, potentially the most judged rounds if they really destroy the other. I mean, I think it's hard to see one guy going over another strong in that one because I think both of them are going to give really strong accounts of themselves. But what does it mean for the rest of the tournament for everybody else knowing that two of the favourites have already faced each other this early in the tournament and one has got the dub over the other? Could it mean that one is a bit, I've got this in the bag now, and maybe takes their foot off the gas? Does it give fire to the other one to say, fuck this, I'm not losing again?
No,
or vice versa,
yeah,
does it give
you
them confidence?
can't
Does it
fuck around
push
with
them
these
forwards?
guys.
Like, what does it mean?
You want to go first, Crash?
Yeah, I think you're gonna. Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, I don't think like it's kind of cool. I think they'll watch and they'll because like Cammy said, we're all expecting this battle. This is a battle we've all waited for prior to this tournament, and because of this tournament happening, we knew it was gonna happen. I agree with Cammy on the fact that like if it's 1 minute rounds, I would like to see a proper rematch of like their little 2.5, 3 minutes, like a proper. Like I've said before in previous episodes, there are some battles that I feel like should get rematches of longer. Like there's some battlers as well that I cannot wait until they're out of this tournament and battling at their normal time limits. And like hopefully they've adapted because of this, that they've learned how to chop out like the
way you
more
said that.
and keep
Sorry,
going
I can't
on.
wait for them to be out of this tournament, man.
No,
so
no,
I can watch
yeah,
them
I
be good.
can't wait,
Like the way you phrase that, like they're fucking shit, and I want them to go back to being good. Like
no, not like that. But yeah, like you don't want to like eat. They're still good. You know what I mean? No matter what happens in their battles, that shouldn't change your opinion. And like, if say for instance, Pagan wins, Hamill loses, you got Pagan next, right? Pagan's probably one of the tops of the thing, but Hamill's gonna be pissed, man. He just lost that battle. Whichever one of them loses is gonna be pissed, man. And yo, sometimes you gotta kick someone in the shit, like you know what I mean, on the way out. You gotta slam the door on the way out, like so. I'd be more worried about going against the loser than the winner.
interesting. Okay, Cammy.
You might make an example.
So you know, Crash has brought up a very good point there. That with like and jokingly the way that he was saying it, and I can't wait for this tournament to be over. In that, but because it's 1 minute rounds, right? So the idea of the whole point of the tournament and 1 minute rounds is you're wanting more. So Crash is wanting more. That's effectively what the tournament is trying to do. So if anything, it's a good thing it's 1 minute because we're getting the taster now and they can run it back. Now, for whoever wins the third, let's say this first one, right? For me, I think is that then the conversation for the final of the Academy? I'm sure there was some sort of thing about this that they were inadvertently. That's the Academy winner, therefore head of the class. So this one is important. This is really important. Then, if whoever's in that position, because the likelihood, at least in my opinion, if one wins and the other's in the playoffs or however the brackets are, they probably will meet each other. Now this battle has even more tension. And that's still whatever the time limits are, whether it's 132s after the 16s or whatever. This then leads, for me, if it's a year later on, let's say 2027, 2028, run it back with 3 minute rounds. Because now you've got a trilogy of something out of nothing from two guys that have been inseparable of each other on a level of tier. Like I can't put Hamill above Pagan, and I can't put Pagan above Hamill because they're actually on a journey of colliding, and it's something I'll akin to a American example, the A-Ward and Geechee. Now, like you might remember this when them two were coming up, they were the guys. They were in different areas, and then they battled in a small league. They went away, then they rematched on Geechee's league. I mean, they edited a compliments match last year, but they really wanted a trilogy to finish that. Real Deal versus Chilla Jones.
Free Geechee, by the way.
Free Geechee, free Bill Collector.
Free Bill Collector.
About
soon home.
Hopefully. I'm throwing this out here. If July happens and serves out, somebody call Shotty Horror. That's the battle now. First return battle. Sue serves Shotty. I reckon after
I don't want to turn this into an American show.
Yeah, let's turn it
into an American show.
It's fine. Matt Hoffa for me. But like, do you know what I mean? I want to see some Matt Hoffa shit. I want to see some Matt Hoffa stuff.
Yes, but if Matt Hoffa ever comes back, that's if Matt Hoffa ever decides to. There's a part of me. If you're someone like Matt Hoffa, you're never back. But let's bring it back to us. But that was just an example. How many storylines have we developed off of this tournament? It's not that many, but this is a story that we've created. And it's been something from the start. We have an answer now, and we can have an answer in the future. So for what this means, it means that one of them could end up being of that higher tier than the other, and they win the Academy final. To answer the question, to round that one back.
And that's fair enough. The question I have for both of you, though, is, and it's only something I've just clocked, because I'm looking at the table right now, and I was like, that's interesting. And then it makes sense. So Pagan's battled twice, and he's got 16 judge round to his name and 6 points. Hamel's only battled once, but he's got 6 points because, of course, Dynamic Mike wasn't able to attend the battle for Hamel. So the fact is, Pagan's had to produce more material. He's had to perform once more. Given that, who are you picking? Because it could be argued he's had an extra rep. It could be argued that Hamel's fresher, more prepped. I mean, how do you weigh that up then to pick a winner of the group, considering that it is whoever wins? It's unfortunately the judge rounds is completely eliminated because it's 6 points apiece. Pick your respective winners, gentlemen.
Well, that's the storyline in itself. Fuck the judges. Who wins?
Exactly.
This is what we were trying to get out of this. There's a part of me that is Scottish bias for Pagan. However, I also know Hamel. The one thing that Pagan has lacked, and it's something he discussed, is how he comes across. So it's the getting caught in the same pattern, the aggression, and he's very plateau. And that's so that came out with the B Ramble discussion. Very plateau in delivery. Where Hamel, even when you watch Hamel versus B Ramble and Pagan versus B Ramble, because they both battled the same person, Hamel is a lot more everywhere with it, where Pagan is of a similar tone and is just straight to it with that tone. And that's the thing, writing wise, Pagan is probably a little bit better than Hamel. But if Hamel had what Pagan was writing and performed like Hamel, it'd be better than if Pagan performed Hamel's material. So I in an effort to not be biased, because I love them both, I actually am going to go with Hamel.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Even though
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Because even though Pagan right now has had the best material of the entire tournament, to me, I think that performance will be a big factor. Like Bowski and Sam Essay, performance was a big factor. Even in that room, performance matters. Like P Soldier kind of phoned it in. That's why his performance wasn't great. That's why he lost, because he could have won a bit livelier, a bit more controlled. Briggsy, Hulk probably had some better material, but Briggsy performed his a bit better, even though Briggsy was a little shorter. Performance matters. How you say it almost means more than what's written.
Okay, all right. Crash, over to you, my friend.
I'll be Scottish. I'll be Scottish for the day, innit? And I'll say, my boy, Pagan, man. Pagan for me, man. Don DeMarco.
Oh my god.
Yo, I can't believe my man's got a soundboard. That's fire. Yo, Lord, we need a soundboard, bro.
I don't need no goddamn soundboard. What the
I'll just pretend I got one. Don DeMarco.
I can cut to video footage as we're talking if I have to. I just don't feel the need to show off all of our technical prowess in one show. We'll do it. We still got till August, baby. We still got fucking months left of this. But it does raise another interesting, because it's something you guys have referenced there. I think of someone like Gas Buff when you guys are talking about the idea of, I can't wait to see these guys go back to, because I think Gas Buff in particular has had feedback from people that's like, still expecting a bit more from him. I think it's just because he struggles to. He's got a lot that he wants to say and do in his battles. Yeah. It's really tricky for him to cut it into one idea, and I think you saw that in the Bowski battle when he really focuses on one idea, which is, I'm gonna be don't flop levels of petty. He can be really good at it, but I think he really struggles to nail it down into one concept or one idea for a battle. And so you end up with this sort of, I was just expecting more, even though it's great. So it's, okay, he's an example, I would say, of a guy that you want to see more of, but are not getting enough of to see the best of him yet. What are some of the other names that you are happy with, but you're like, Yeah, but when he goes back into a room full of people and they give him a full 90 seconds or they give him 3 minutes or whatever they end up giving him, who are you looking forward to seeing now, having seen what they've done in the tournament?
Ooh. Do you want to go first, Crash, or want me to go?
Yeah, go on. I'll go first. So, like, you've got like your obvious is like I'm always gonna watch a Hulk battle. I find Hulk very entertaining anyway. There's some of the older vets I'm not gonna comment on too much because, like, again, with Hulk, I've seen him in different concept battles, so this is why I didn't have him taking like having problems taking to the 1 minute time limits. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to see like a Spirit and a Beyond. Like, do you know what I mean? Because, like, okay, they've got 1 minute at the moment, which a minute is pretty much easy to fill. Whereas, like, okay, how are you gonna do this for longer? Do you know what I mean? How are you gonna stretch this over not only like you said 190s or like 2 minutes, but like 3 rounds of that? Like, have you got enough material for that? I hope you man do, because it'd be cold. But oof, different type of battle outside of a tournament. Who else we got? Again, Pagan and Hamill, both them, but they're top YGs at the moment. Like, do you know what I mean? So against each other or against anyone else, they're the people that we're gonna say. Before we go on to Cammy, Lorne, I don't want to skip the question you asked before Cammy came on, but like, because I'm talking about Pagan now. Like Lorne asked before you just came on, Cam, like, out of the tournament, who do you reckon is a good like level finder for Pagan? Like, who's a good battle where we kind of want Pagan to lose, but in a good way? But there's always that chance that he could Team Gohan it and just
someone that can give him that opportunity to showcase the personality, which I think loosely translates to we want to see him overcome a bit of adversity. I think you were talking about the plateau effect. Like, he gets to a level he knows he can maintain. He almost not coasts to a victory, but maintains it. We want to see him go through the gears a little bit. We want to see him give us something a little bit more from the heart, or almost like really dig deep to get, if not a win, certainly one of those hard fought losses that people go, hey, listen, man, he lost, but he gave a really good fucking battle. Who would you put him against that's maybe top tier, or maybe not quite top tier, but someone established, to get him to that next level, to finally give him someone that's like, right, he can really now show what he's capable of doing, but exceed the expectation of what everyone's already seen? What's the name you'd give him and that opportunity on a bigger card, let's say?
I've got one name right now that jumps to my mind. It's not exactly top tier, but it's currently just had one of the best performances of their life in the UK. I would be looking at getting Pagan versus Cray G. That would be
empty serving this bitch. I'm from
Cray G does everything I want Pagan to do. Like, and the way they're performing, and I think like there's a thing in battle rap, and a lot of the veterans also suffer from this, is from being too cool. Cray G's not too cool for battle rap. He will do everything. He's scoping you out. He's performing everything. The flag's in the air. And it's just, what does a Pagan do with that? Because I think Cray G's maybe a little above Pagan, but not at a point that Pagan couldn't win. But Pagan has to then be confident in the material to then go over there with it. So as a very specific one, without jumping over to all of a sudden you're like getting a visual, which would be good. Like all these type names, Cray G, and I'm saying that even if on No Loose Chat, like somewhere where he hasn't been before, or like somewhere out of his environment, because it's not just about the opponent, it's about the crowd. That's honestly like when, who was it? Gas Buff Battle, Dazzy Talks on No Loose Chat. That was kind of defining.
Box braid gas.
Yeah.
That was
mad.
Welcome to the
craziness. So
Welcome
good.
to the hood, bro.
Like, because we all thought Gas Buff can do a thing, but he's over here and he's doing the same thing over there and cooking. And like, and Dazzy Talks is great, but like,
that was an upset.
It needs to be
that was a
different.
Very big
that was an upset. And like in that environment, like I think Pagan needs that opportunity, and the same with Hamill needs that opportunity to prove himself. I could even say Hamill and Cray G. If anything, depending on who would win this, one of them two I'd want to see battle Whispers, and that's a big leap.
That's a big leap.
That's a big leap.
That's a big leap.
And I actually think Hamill does better with the Whispers than a Pagan does.
Yeah. Because it's funny
like,
that you said visual, because the two that were coming to my mind, but then I was thinking this is further down the line again, is like Pagan's writing is as good as, like, not as good, like, do you know what I mean? It's getting to like a visual / mav, but the only thing is I wouldn't put them against them two, is because they will outperform him completely.
Yes.
They will take that, they will clear him on performance alone. So whereas
you little writers.
You little writer. You little writer.
I'm a rapper. You a writer? Like, who likes good writing in their battles?
Yuck. Throw a gun in the air or something.
Yeah, gun in the air. Would you want to remix the bar, please? Like I said, it's one of those things in my mind. It's like, well, if there is like people there, even an A Petrelli, like for like, I want them veer into that area for a bit. And even if it means they come over to Premier Battles or they go out of Premier Battles or whatever, it's like UK Battle Rap. This is a Premier Battle show, but there's a little bit more than just the Premier Battles in the circle. Like Crash knows that as one of the people that's been from every league. There's a little bit more outside of here to then test your knowledge and come back with even better. So I even say do a little tour of, okay, what league can we do here? But inside Premier Battles, Gas Buff is such a good benchmark for any battle rap completely, whether it's veteran that's coming back or, you know, like any Gas Buff is just, he's the gatekeeper within Premier Battles that anyone can battle Gas Buff, and it's either it's going to be the best shit that you're going to get against them or he's killing you.
Or you're getting mocked.
You're getting mocked.
Yeah, you're getting mocked.
Like he's in the system, Premier Battles, Gas Buff is the great gatekeeper. And it's even better that he's staff, because that is a good for the staff to see how do you do against our guy. How like this is the standard set. At least in my mind anyway. I don't know if you guys have any other names, but I think between outside of Premier Battles and then Gas Buff as a gatekeeper, that's what I would like to see.
Okay. I want to throw another question out to you two gentlemen, because I want to propose something as an interesting kind of theory that was put to me in a conversation that I had with someone we all know and sometimes argue with, which is Mr. Stroh. And
what a guy!
One of the things we were discussing the last time I had the opportunity to talk his ear off was this notion that one of the big differences between the last big boom in battle rap in the UK and now was exposure in the mainstream. And one of the reasons for that is because we just don't seem to have that crossover what am I looking for? The word is sort of that sort of stamp of approval from someone in the mainstream to say, hey, I'm a battle rap fan, or I like this, or big up this guy, or whatever. Yeah. You're starting to see it.
Doing it anymore.
Well, this is it. You're starting to see teases with the Shotty clip starting to reemerge, the Luna clip starting to emerge with KSI and other people like that. And that's great, but it's not the current roster. So here's my question to you guys, okay? If, let's say, for the sake of argument, this is season 1 of Where Winning Matters. This is proof of concept. Season 2, we're going bigger. We're doing this. We're doing that. Whatever. And then we're putting it in front of someone, and we need to get their endorsement. I'm not asking you to say who we get to do the endorsement, but we're saying it to finally get that person to stand behind battle rap in the UK in 2026 and say, this shit is sick. You need to tune into this every week. Who are the two guys or girls on this roster, on this version of the tournament, that you would book to main event or to headline an episode for that person to say, this is what we can do when UK battle rap is at its very best in this format or in this presentation? What would you put forward to that person to go, check this out, this is sick? In the same way, by the way, that I was introduced to battle rap back in the day when someone who was around my house was like, hey, we need to watch something. Hey, check this out. It's a guy called Shotty Horror and it's a guy called Arsenal. Watch this. And I got no frame of reference and I'm fucking hooked for life. I'm not saying they're the same quality. I'm not saying the same star power, but what would you put in front of those two people if you had this roster in front of you right now and can dream book it?
Now, does this roster include the tournament, or is this a roster of all Premier Battles? Let's say Premier Battles, for example.
I think we've got to stick to because the tournament is what they're using to build. Now, it's not to say that the veterans and the people that didn't participate in this tournament for this year, for whatever reason, don't see what happened this year and go, oh, I could do that. And then next year they come in. But I'm saying for now, these are the people that stepped up. These are the people that said, I want that $3,000. I want that belt. I'll battle anyone to get it. So I think they're the ones that deserve the fair shake first. They're the people that you know you can book and will turn up and give a certain level of performance that we've seen week in, week out for 8 episodes. Who are the 2 names that you would pick to headline that show?
I would have 4 names that I could rotate, I think. 4 names that I would rotate to be like, this is it. Like as of that are the current guys that will be there every month.
And just caveat. I'm just going to jump in because I don't want any excuses. I don't want. Well, obviously you've got to bear this. No. We are putting this in front of someone saying this is sick. Check this out. No notes.
4 options, and you can rotate either of them. They could all battle each other. So Pagan, Hamill, Frost, Gas Buff. Any of them battle any of them 4. Whether it's the Gas and Frost rematch, any of them. You could battle. You could have them battle on what you call it this morning in the UK. You know, Lorraine Kelly and whatnot, and they'd be fine. You know, this is what this is. You could do that. You could have them anywhere. Friday Night Leg.
Can you imagine Gas doing that Bowski scheme on this morning? I hate your mama put Facebook and I got that bitch twerking.
Little things. And Lorraine Kelly is get them, Gas.
I need to see that shit immediately. Gas, make it happen, coward. Yes.
But any rotation, any of them 4 names on any of these sort of things, or whether it's like the Have a Word pod, if they ever do like a battle rap event or something like that, like any of them 4 names run, like they would work. Like and then you could then lean on to afterwards if veterans that join in, your Slim Bucks and your Mavericks and stuff. But if we're central tournament,
I didn't even think about Slim Buck. You know, I've got an idea, man. I've got an idea.
Okay,
come on then, don't fucking share it,
this
please.
This is how you make it, bro. You make it, yeah. And like Prem can do this. They're the perfect people for it for his teams. You get a Slim Buck. You get a Pagan, you get Kingsley, and you get, let's put Bobby in there. But you market it as Manchester versus Liverpool versus Africa versus Scotland. And that's how you do it. Like, and then do you know what I'm saying? And then you're going demographically and you're supporting your team, but then you can also, you've got a man that might support Arsenal when he lives in
Crash is segregating battle rap into
like
Manchester, Liverpool, Africa. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see the line you drew there. Definitely correlation between those 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it was in my head. Who was I was gonna choose someone else. I can't remember who now. I think it was Hulk for London. But then when he said Slim Buck, I was like, oh, we could throw a Slim Buck in there. Well, Bobby needs some competition, so let's throw a Slim Buck in there.
Intercontinental, actually, throwing that out there, if this August 1st date, which seems to be when the final happens, Bobby Rex versus Slim Buck.
Both of them. I love it. I love it.
That's an intercontinental match. If I ever see one for that belt, he hasn't had a title defense yet.
We do need to see Bobby defend that belt before those. Just for Bobby, it's like Bobby worked fucking hard to get that belt, man. You got to let him defend it at least once, man. Yeah, 100%. Has to. Okay, I'm sold on the idea of those 4 concordantly. That's good.
I love the idea is that if you have like Crash's idea of having all these places and whatnot, and then you just have like an octopus with 2 jars and he picks who's going to win the battle.
And then we've got to have it somewhere shit like Surrey or somewhere like it's just totally neutral. From like, do you know what I mean? Northampton or something.
Baby.
Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? somewhere completely neutral that is not obviously Africa or Manchester.
Oh my goodness, that would be so fire. That would
But
be
no,
so
man,
fire.
break it. I hope you man see what I'm seeing with my see what I'm
Yeah.
saying though. As in
Like the
break it
moment
You're
into
trying to
teams,
give it.
give
You're
people
trying to give it more of a
something
gimmick. Yeah.
to root for.
Yeah,
give
absolutely. And
people-
I think one of the things in this tournament that I wanted to see, and they've sort of teased it at times, is the narratives. And I alluded to this earlier when I was talking to Crash before we got into the episodes, and we've kind of covered those now. But the idea that Prem were going to be toying with narratives, and we're going to be injecting storylines, and we're going to have things that we're going to be following week to week. I must be honest, this is slightly critical. I apologize, viewers.
I've got.
Do you know what? Crash is going to say something critical, so I don't have to, and I can keep my promise. Crash, you want to say something critical? By all means, my friend, go against the grain.
You can ask the stone for blood, yeah, but I ain't gonna give it to you.
Pull the pin. Crash. Crash the grenade.
Yeah. Hold this a minute. My friend said, hold this. Yeah. No, but you can't draw blood out of a stone, which I think we saw some of the earlier episodes of, like, you can give people the chance for interviews. You can give people the battles and the setup and the thing, but you can't make them right. Like me, if I'm in the tournament, it's fuck everyone. I'm doing war dubs. I'm the better rapper out of all of you. Do you know what I mean? I'm giving people ammo or like, I'm making myself a target because I want to be like the most remembered one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas a lot of these guys, I don't know, I can't speak for them, but like, I don't feel like they're utilizing the resources to the full extent. Do you know what I mean?
Dojo is. I'll give Dojo credit.
Yeah,
Dojo,
yeah. I won't say
he's
all
the
of them,
one.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, catch this battle on this week, and he has like the TikTok thing where, and even he's doing his Dojo's corner. Like, if there's anyone that is utilizing that properly, is absolutely Dojo. He's showing his worth.
He was doing giveaways before the tournament went live as well. He was trying to get people involved 100%. And he's a good example of someone that's really trying to embrace the notion of it. And I think is playing the game a little bit on Twitter as well. Like he's being provocative at moments, but he's then remembering it's about rap. It's not about just having tiffs for the sake of it. And I think he's riding that line really well. I think what I'm alluding to as well is some of the things that they've, like Bobby Rex. Let's just, again, I'll bring it back to him for a second. When they just let him, right, Bobby, we just want you to throw to a battle, mate. What do you want me to say? No, we're not going to tell you. We're going to go live and then we just want you to... It's been fun. And it's given shows character. And it's given people a bit of a door into the battles themselves. And again, the example I always used to give was Top Gear, because I know I didn't give a fuck about the cars they were talking about necessarily when they introduced them. I probably never heard of them when they started. It's like, oh, this is the Ascari AC12. Couldn't give a fuck. Jeremy, tell me about it though, and tell me what stupid thing you can do with it. Because I care about Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. Bobby is that doorway for a lot of people in my mind when he turns up and goes, it's 3 rounds of battle rap. And he just has fun, poking fun at things. But then he also has the cachet and the legitimacy to break down, I think this guy's doing this wrong. And you listen to it and you buy it because he's a fucking expert. And I want to see more of that. I want to see how more guys have fun with the concept and fun with the format, but lean on their expertise, lean on the fact that they actually know their shit, so that when I find them endearing, as I do with Bobby and with Stro, I feel like, yeah, but I can trust you as well. Lead me down the path. Show me what I'm missing, or educate me a little bit about what some of these things that I'm maybe not grasping, especially when you've seen some of the discourse. Some of the judges have given rounds to battlers and people have gone, no, don't be ridiculous. That's craziness. But then you go to the studio and they go, well, this is what we saw. Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense. Yeah. Like, that interplay is really fun. And I like it because it gives me as an audience member a reason to care.
You see the waves in the chat of like, oh, as soon as they've kind of, oh, this is probably why, in the chat waves, oh, wait, that's actually quite fair. Yeah, that's quite true. And you see the actual discourse that happens is a very good point. If you don't mind me tapping on to what Crash has just said about the character as well, isn't that what we do? Like, because we're kind of leaning into reality TV stars, as you said there, Lon, about like having this invested character. Now, Bobby is like outside of it, but if we're more invested in Bobby than the battle rappers, what's going on?
I think Bobby's a good example because Bobby is Bobby, man. Like, I've never texted Bobby on a day, or I've never bumped into Bobby at an event and I've gone, that was out of character. Like, he's just himself, unashamedly, unabashedly, and he's entertaining and talented as fuck. And I see a lot of the battlers having talent and they're entertaining in their own way, funny, but I still think a lot of them feel like they don't have license to be themselves to the fullest extent, or even cranking that bitch up to 11. And my point in this tournament is, you've got full permission, lads. Camera's on you. Yeah. It's your moment. And you've seen examples. Like, I know that he got a lot of shit for the interview. But tell me you weren't paying attention to every single fucking word from Kick Nelly's mouth compared to Crow's interview. Yeah. Like, Crow gave a really solid interview, but tell me a word he said when you go, sorry, how much is minimum wage? Sorry, you want to run that by me again? Yeah. What are you holding? A cue ball. Why?
I like Kick's interview. That was a highlight for me.
It was
His interview
madness.
was very Russell Brand. Like, it was very... It was on brand.
This is where winning matters. Like, we all want to win this, don't we? Like, fucking entertaining as shit. Loved it. It was great. And I think you need more of that.
Wall for the first time he broke the fourth wall, sorry.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? He spoke to the audience. He was like, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm winning, man. Right? So we're here to win.
And you all want to watch it for that reason. Like, wait, oh no, he's talking to me. Interesting. But that sort of thing is different from typical battle rap, where you're very much in the room. It's very much a live audience feel, and you can't help but feel when you're not there, you are missing a little something. Like the energy of a room, the reaction of a room, the fucking hit of a bar when it's fresh and it's been heard for the first time. It's like, it's different. And the tournament, in many different ways, is attempting to swap that for something else. They're trying to give guys more room to breathe. I want to see him take full advantage of that.
They're getting more structure as well. I'd say they're getting more structure from a battle. Cammy, you both been to battle rap events. Them shits don't run on time.
Ha!
Them shits don't run on time. Start about 4 hours late. You might get 2 battles crammed in, then you've got like an hour and a half.
Doors open at 12. The first battle goes live at 3. Yeah,
we're halfway through now. Yeah, like, you know what I mean. It's good. Like, I haven't been to the recording sessions yet. But yeah, it feels like boys, like, this is why I said to Stro as well, off camera, that I want to go to like the final, because I feel like if me and you were there, and even you, Cammy, we can because like it's not all on prem as well. It's not all on prem. So like maybe we can be the helpers then to like, all right, cool, you're interviewing these guys, but these guys are just fucking doing fuck all. Let's utilize these guys while they're here. Fuck it. Everyone's on set. You should be doing something.
Give Premier Battles the credit that even with myself, like you've seen on the first episode, me and Briggsy did the box breaking, and I was doing a little bit more with them, just in different areas. Like I did do.
No, I don't remember that. Sorry. Do you remember that, Crash? Do you remember him being on an episode? I don't remember him being on an episode at all.
It's just a good episode of all of them.
I don't remember that.
Got its own segment, Premier
Battles. I don't remember that either. No, I know what you're talking about.
So but even on the second part, like the first one in the little area up top, like in that, it's like a bar, and then upstairs is the event. Like they couldn't do as much then anyway, but they seem to have done enough. But the second, when it's in the studio, and I think the rest of the series will be in the studio until the final. Like being in this area, they can do more.
It's night and day, 1000%.
What ended up happening on the second day was they were just all gone. Like everyone was in and out. Where that is totally not on Premier Battles for people fucking off, to be honest. Like,
so what am I getting? Is it like day one, it was very strict, everyone was new, everyone would be polite, and then day two, it was kind of like, oh well, we can go for a cigarette here. Like, do you know what I mean?
I don't think strict or anything like that. So a little bit of the break of the fourth wall from the first round is the event started at 10 in the morning. And when I went over the next month, I came at 10 in the morning, and I don't think the event really started till 12. Like, because it was only me and Yaneth, and we were like, whatever he needed help carrying stuff, setting up. You know what I mean? Like, I think I was first at the studio. I found the studio and was like, guys, it's up the stairs, like waving people down to come into it. The second day seemed to be Like, I think because people were coming and going, it just, everyone had different plans and whatnot at that time. But it sounds like the third one, from what's been described, is it was not more of a celebration that it was done. So there's more content to be had, which is kind of, it's more of that sort of thing is needed. And I do agree with the point that there's even my own content being not to do with the tournament. As good as it is, we do need to be more insular about the tournament itself. So I have to try and figure that out. If I do give any more or anything like that, can it be focused, or can it be a new video that isn't out yet? As something, as Crash said, let's say like something new. Where it's like, here's exclusives. Now, I thought, here's a hot take, and it didn't happen this weekend. Sean Cray, I love you, brother. The reason why Sean Cray and Lefty was up, my conspiracy theory was Sean Cray was battling at World Dom as a secret battle. Didn't happen. But I had that thought. That makes sense, because King of the Dot were terrible for secret battles all the time with every event. Disaster Hollow, buddy, a bunch of them. Disaster Chilla Jones. He's always a secret battle somewhere. Like, but I did think that would make sense. Okay, now we connect the worlds, allude to this first announcement on Premier Battles, but it didn't happen. With that being said, though, with what's going on now in this third day,
third block of recordings. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Block of recordings. Like, if we get a bit more here, and now this is the time now for them, because they have got. I don't know if they're filming the top 16. I don't know if they've done that yet.
So
or maybe they have.
Okay, from what I remember of my little time up in Manchester, so Feel Weird Studios is where you're referring to, and I can attest. I used to film content once a week, and it's sorry.
It is shut down now.
Oh, it's what the studio?
It's somewhere else.
Oh wow,
the studio shut down.
What, Feel Weird?
Yeah, Feel Weird shut down. Like it's like, I think they've moved somewhere. In December they have like charity gigs to raise money. So like, and so these little recordings that they're doing, I'm assuming they're going to do it somewhere else, and they have somewhere set up already.
Maybe,
but yeah,
maybe.
They did just
the Feel Weird studio that I attended in January, for instance, it was very reminiscent of when I used to do content once a week, in the sense of you just walk in, you clip on, and you go. There's no faffing around or fucking around, but there's also plenty of space for people to observe without being in the way. It's a great spot for Prem to turn around stuff as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. Whereas Oldham, which is where I think they did the first set of recordings, they've done live events there before, and it's a great live event segment. You've got a raised stage, but it's not too much. You've got a nice long room, so you can get all the crowd in shot. It's great. It's fantastic. The only caveat to that is the fucking door in the back that slams shut when people come out for a pint. God damn it, lock that thing. However, what I liked about that was because there's several areas within that studio to be able to do different things. They use that space really interestingly. Again, no spoilers, but there's stuff that they did that day that I was like, oh man, that's great. That's cool. That's more of what I want to see. And I think the thing that I'm learning more and more about from what I'm hearing about Prem is that they're testing the waters with more and more things, realizing how much easier it could be if we do it this way, and how much people want to see stuff like that, and they want to start turning it over. And that's the beauty of the week-to-week thing as well. You're getting constant and reaffirmed feedback. If you can hear one thing one week, like, I'm not happy about this particular battle, or the volume wasn't particularly good. Okay, you can disregard that. But if 4 weeks in you're hearing the same thing from everybody, right, let's do that. You can just do it. And then suddenly you've addressed an issue, or you've upped the quality, or you've added something extra and new. It's brilliant to be able to then bring this series, if we're calling this season 1 of Where Winning Matters, or series 1 of Where Winning Matters, to a point by the end where, right, live events are back. Everyone's happy now in theory, because all of the guys that can't attend events have had a series of shows. They've had a whole, basically a year to reacquaint themselves with the UK scene as far as Prem is concerned, culminating in a live event with the tournament culminating, potentially some grudge matches being booked, and also some main event caliber battles that Briggsy alluded to on his live stream earlier, where he's like, hey, there's a battle we've booked today. Go book your tickets. Trust us. That is such a great reintroduction to everyone. Imagine then if they cap it off by saying, we're really happy with how it went. We learned some lessons. Strap in for season 2. And next year, we're going to do this because we learnt lessons. We're going to do this instead. We've got some extra funding or some extra backing or someone's going to pick us up. I say the same thing when I heard it piloted, man. I don't see a negative to this at all in terms of an execution, because if it still doesn't quite deliver, we can always go back to live events, baby. Like, there was never a problem with going back to that in the first place. Like, we weren't risking anything.
I think the only thing to say about that not that I almost completely agree with you, is we've had the rollout before from Briggsy and whatnot, that if this doesn't work, Premier Battles could be out. We had that rollout before, that this was a big risk for them to do it this way, when they were talking, like when they were on about this, like we didn't get a plug this year for this whole tournament, because they were like, if we need to do something else rather than do this, because what we're doing is bringing the same people in, and it's getting little by little, less by less, and we're trying to bring these big names and bring a big performance, and it's not working out how we're wanting it to. Like, I think I would tell you that Plug 5 was one of the best UK events of all time, probably top 2, top 3 as an event. And it's like Giannis, Slimbuck, Rum, Jazz, Koji, and like Visual Bobby. Like, that was an incredible event, maybe top 3 of all time in the UK. And they didn't have a benefit. They even almost. So if everything they're doing is to be even, they've had to take a swing with this. So if it doesn't work, what are the ramifications of that? Like, but it looks like it's working, and their YouTube's more active. I think I love seeing the impressions. It was like they got like 1 million impressions in 30 days with the shorts and uploading all this stuff.
Right up until the moment they got shadow banned. Because social media needs to get over the fact that battle rap isn't, we don't really all hate each other. We're not all trying to stab each other's mums. It's fucking rap, lads. Come on. Yeah. It's 2026. How can you not fix your fucking algorithms to stop shadow banning battle rap battle rap YouTube channels or social media channels? Like, it's the reason why every battle rap league has had to rethink how it monetizes its content, because it can't survive. Because it gets shadow banned. It's bullshit. So
one thing I thought, and I know you guys talked about it the other week. It was, when they had the Christmas event, which was a bit of fun and all that, right? I thought that event was going to be the filler battles for the dropouts we've had. So quite surprised to see that it was all uploaded in January amongst all these other battles happening, which is, I think, kind of why there was the bit of, I don't want to say backlash or anything like that, the situation with Sean Cray and Lefty being on the episode. If that was a first time upload, you get to see this first, comes out tomorrow, that would be insane. Yeah. Like, that would be, and I think I thought that was a bit of an odd one when they started releasing them, but you got to do what you got to do in that situation.
You got to do what you got to do, yeah.
You got to do, you put something on there, and Sean Cray is the algorithm. He is. He's definitely, if there's anyone that's popping, it is Sean Cray. The guy, he's on Dead Meat's podcast.
Yeah, no, he's in my feeds, mate, and I wasn't following him at the time, and that tells you something. When someone's making their way into your feeds, it tells you doing there's something seriously. Lefty was the same.
I am starting to see friends of mine that like posts that would never watch battle rap, that like the like Sean Cray posts. I'm liked by, and I'm like, I've asked you to come to an event with me. I've said, oh yeah, we'll get. I've asked you to come through, and you don't want to come through because you don't like battle rap. But Sean Cray.
But again, lads, I'm not being funny. When's the last time you went to a classic car meet and went, oh yeah, that sounds great, I'm going to stand in a field with a bunch of tweed jackets and mustaches and listen to a V8 carburetor turn over for 5 minutes, versus this week on Betamax, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll watch a TV, because the gimmick is clear. But anyways, right, we have digressed massively, gentlemen, and I want to bring it back because I don't want to go on forever. We've done quite a lot of Crash. I think we've done a fair bit of positivity. I think we're good for positivity right now. Yes, we're good so far. Okay, right. Final bit of positivity.
Before you start, you guys have been really positive. I have to give you flowers for this. Every week, you've been so consistent with having these conversations, and you guys, of all this criticism and all of this, are bringing legitimacy to this tournament, having roundups, like having these discussions, bringing battlers on. You guys are smashing it. So there's a bit more positivity. You guys are doing exactly as you're supposed to. You guys are doing as much, because you're even so focused on the tournament. What is lacking is the focus on certain areas like this. So you guys have been so focused, and I can't help it. I'll divulge into all these things. That's 15, 16, 17 years of battle rap behind me. But you guys have been so focused on this tournament and all the outcomes. You guys are bringing the storylines that may be missing, or you're filling the potholes for people. So before you start, and I'm sorry for interrupting you there, I need to give you your flowers there at this moment, because you guys are killing it.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you, Cammy.
Yeah.
It means a lot from you, bro.
Yeah, it does. It does. Mean a bit more if we were featured on the Prem streams as well. But you know, I'll take it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you know, you can be the humble, successful one. You know, that's fine. It's not that you're making us look like the less successful brother at the fucking family dinner or anything. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's good. That's humble brag. A little humble brag in there. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, right. Serious question then. Who's been your MVP so far? 8 episodes. You can pick anyone that is featured on any episode, any battle, any bar, anything at all. Out of every single person, who do you think has made these 8 episodes worth watching the most? And it could be for any reason whatsoever. Crash, I want to hear from you first. Cammy, you've had your moment. I want to hear from my co-host for a second. Come on, give me your MVP so far. And it could change. We've still got potentially another 8, maybe even up to 20 episodes to go. But from the first 8, who are you picking?
Feel like for my character arc in this segment, I'm gonna say Pagan, because I like that's just a name that keeps coming out my mouth, like, because like I just rate what he does from the get-go. But then I've also got like Hulk and Kingsley, man. Their man are seriously setting the standard for like the vet side as well, and they're taking every battle seriously, and they're doing very well in the tournament, and I hope they go on to do better as well. I want to see them in the late stage as well, because they're putting the effort in, man, compared to some like the J Soldiers. Shout out J Soldier, man. P Soldiers.
That's a
shout out the GOAT, man.
Holy shit!
I said like, we got P Soldiers and Yanis that are like equally as like been in the game for longer than a lot of these guys, and not putting in as much effort. Do you know what I mean? The young ones are improving. Like everyone's making improvements. Enigma took time off, come back. Use this tournament as his stepping stones to get the respect that he feels he deserves. Amazing. Gast as well, holding it down, like doing what Gast does, having some problems like adapting, but we're seeing improvements every battle. Even Red Wolf, and we haven't even seen the best Red Wolf battle yet, but I'm glad Red Wolf entered this tournament, because his problem was he was always rapping in that same flow that like every battle was cramming as much, but like all I've seen is the trailer from the Kick Nelly battle, and I've seen I've seen more improvement in his last battle and that trailer than I have watching him for years. And I've seen Red Wolf live for years, and like, do you know what I mean, in many events on different leagues, and it's always been the same problem. But in that short space of time, I don't know what Stroh's done or hitting, like concussed him and like shook him, but it looks like it's worked. And I'm looking forward to a Red Wolf battle, which I've never seen. Yeah, like you will listen. You will not multi every word.
The
like,
Batman see, there's the pencil. Ta-da! He can battle.
So yeah, man, I think it's more the improvement of everyone that I've been in tune with for this battle tournament. But yeah, if I had to pick one, it's I've been saying there, and like it's glazing whatever, but Pagan is the guy, man, and I really hope this tournament does things for him.
MVP, Cammy, who are you picking?
Okay, and we have to ask you the same question.
Yeah. Lorne does this. He'll ask a question. It'll be a good question, and then go right next. No.
I'm not playing the sounds often. I do have a sound for this. But
He ain't get away.
get away with it.
He ain't get away with it.
Goddamn soundboard again. It's on my fucking show and flosses his goddamn soundboard with his little microphone that changes colours as he talks.
He's on that 4K
And his much more comfortable seating arrangement with his soundproofing behind him, flossing like a motherfucker.
Tip. I got it.
Unbelievable.
It's the whole vibe. The match is the tart, and you already know.
Ridiculous.
I will say this, right? This is gonna be an MVP. This might be a wild shot. Okay. So like I said, Pagan is the guy, all this, absolutely. Same with Gasbuff, same with Hamo. B Ramble's been amazing and been in the fights. These guys can't be great without the battles of B Ramble. And B Ramble's putting up numbers. So she's in that conversation too. But this is gonna be one of those wild takes. You know who is? Red Wolf, coming back, all this stuff. Kick Nelly, shock win, Dub T, because Dub T losing has made that bracket so much more exciting. That's we haven't had that many shocks, but Kick Nelly beating Dub T when Dub T's hailed as this guy, and now he has to win. What was it against Crow? Like that is an easy one to exciting.
Walk into. Yeah, I agree,
bro. Like that's no easy fight for anyone. I watched Emerson Kennedy die against Crow. Like that's not easy for anyone, and because Dub has lost, it's much more exciting. So I'm going to say my MVP is Dub T, because you can see everything that's happened, and now we're at a point where the stakes on the line. That's the storyline. Dub T is hailed as a favorite, and in a group full of people that, some would argue were jobbers that were there just as the tournament to get as much experience as they can to battle. Half of them answers were, I want to battle someone experienced, not to win. Dub T was to win. A story was told for him to get somewhere in this top 8, top 4 conversation. And because he lost over being not complacent, because the third round was great, but just from having a little less sauce in his material, now the whole bracket's wide open. And that, to me, even though he's not a loser, even though he lost, that makes that more exciting. It makes the tournament more exciting, and it makes Dub T more exciting if he has a comeback. I want to see Dub T's battle next the most because of this.
Same as the group with who is it? Hulk, Briggs,
Group H, yeah, group of death,
Kingsley,
basically. Everyone's on 3 points.
They're all on that is the maddest group to me, because that is a group where it's like, fuck, like we've all done a good job. Shit, like, you know what I mean? Now we have to do a splendid job. We have to do a superb job now. Need that S rank.
Bruh, like it's, and that's what makes it just so good. But before I tell you what, I was about to say other things. Lorne, MVP for you, sir.
I think you got to give it to Seven Wave. He completely embodied battle rap culture in a moment where he got everyone invested, and there wasn't a single person that didn't have an opinion. And then from that point onwards, it's been all downhill from there. I'll tell you what, it's difficult for me to answer the question sincerely and genuinely. I think what's been interesting about this tournament is that I've literally, as you guys have been talking, just trying to scan through the names, just try and find like a battle that I thought was perfect or really, really exemplary and all the rest of this sort of stuff, or a performance that I thought was really an embodiment of everything that we wanted to see so far. And I think the interesting thing is that there isn't a single person that I can point to that I think had anything close to what their potential is in this tournament, even by the fact that they've got to adapt. I think all of them have got these slight little caveats and these slight little imperfections and these, they need to maybe try this next time, right? So I think you've got to look at it in terms of what they've overcome relative to what they were set against. I think Crash makes an excellent point with Enigma to Prophet. I think he was given almost no expectation coming into this. And he's delivered 2 reasonably good performances with 2 really fun moments, but he's also given a great interview. I think you've got, as you were alluding to, Cammy, B Ramble. I think she's made her opponent so far while giving great battles herself. She's been a great foil for people. I think Bowski as well deserves a shout, considering that listen, I was dead to the world for 2 weeks with a minor flu. No one said anything about having to go into a room and spit bars for 5 minutes and make it entertaining. Like, he deserves immense credit for doing that because he oftentimes has to lean on his showmanship. But I think gave great performances both times. So it's difficult, man. It's genuinely really hard to pick one. But I think, for me, the guy who I think has given the best performances overall, relative to the fact that just because I'm such a fan of his, and I got to see enough of what I think makes him great, it's just the tournament didn't suit him, was Caveman. I think he has a really frenetic style at times. He can take 30 seconds getting to a point, but when he gets to it, you're really glad he got there. It's just you wonder, like, your writing style, does it really mesh with a tournament like this where you need to be punching consistently? You need to be delivering consistently, and I just don't think he was delivering consistently enough. But then he arrives at moments like, you remind me of Triple H in SummerSlam of 97, and I do not watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling.
Fire.
What?
Fucking love that, man.
That is ridiculously good.
Sorry, yeah.
That is fucking sick. And it's a moment because it's sent again in a room where they're told, do not react. We want to see the guys just do their thing. We're going to keep the room to a minimum. That room made a noise, lads. It fucking broke that room. And it was a moment. And I want to see, and I guess I want to see more of those moments more than I want to see anything else. And slight spoiler. Again, tiny little spoiler from the last 16. There is one of those moments. I will just share it with you. It comes from someone you wouldn't expect. It comes from something you wouldn't expect. But it happens, and it sent everyone like, what the fuck did he just do? That's insane. And as much as I
crazy, man.
As much as I love
nuts out there, man.
But I'm just saying,
like, on these hip hop heads.
I love battle rap when it's composed and written beautifully, and when these schemes are deep and intricate, all the rest of it. But really, what it boils down to is moments. It's, do you remember when so and so did this, and it popped off, and everyone went crazy, and the tournament being condensed should give license for more of that. And the thing I think I'm looking forward to as we progress into the knockout phases, and especially is this last round, because it is, as you've said, Group H is the group of death. Any one of them can go out. Crow is safe, but Dub T, Kick Nelly, and Red Wolf could all, in theory, still eke through, because even though Red Wolf has yet to pick up a point, if he beats Kick Nelly and Dub T loses to Crow, but Red Wolf picks up enough judge rounds, he'll qualify. So it's like, that gives Red Wolf all the incentive in the world. Listen to everything you've been told. Execute the way we know you have the potential to. And go and give the fucking performance of your life. Who doesn't want to tune in to see if that's going to happen now? You know what I mean?
We're given to, as you mentioned, we're wrestling there. You were kind of giving Red Wolf the babyface meat paws. You know what I mean? Like I'm rooting for Red Wolf. I really am rooting for Red Wolf on this shit. Like, okay, he could do something here. The plucky up and comer, the guy that's been stuck in the same position, he can wreck some shit here. Let's get to it, Red Wolf. Let's bring us a couple suckers down while you're at it, man. Like, I'm rooting for Red Wolf. Absolutely. I'm sure we've all had conversations with Red Wolf about what he could do and all this stuff, and everyone's probably said similar things to Red Wolf, and it's just been now. I would argue there's actually a support for him now.
Yes, there's a means for it. There's a place for him to test it, well tested. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, why am I supporting Red Wolf? Oh, because we've seen him try and do the same thing for so long, and now he's either figured it out what he does, or he's changed it enough or adapted to this environment. We're all supporting him now. It gives us a reason. He's the baby face. He is. Red Wolf is the baby face of this. And Dub T is an evil man. And he lost. So now it's...
But you've hit the nail on the head, because Red Wolf is that guy that people, for whatever reason, didn't support. They were kind of against him at first, even though he, by all accounts, is the, come on, guys, I can... And it's like, it makes people not want
like
it. But because... Kind of, but like, he's now gone through it. People are like, no, but come on now. You can like there is that almost sort of reverse support now where he's kind of gone full circle. Like, no, I'm with him because I want to see him succeed, and that's great. So, final question, gentlemen, because we're nearly up to the 2-hour mark, and 2 hours of positivity is entirely too much positivity in battle rap. Okay, we need to go on a fucking 10-minute rant about, I don't know, someone wearing a hat backwards that we don't like or something. I don't know. But question, because we've had 8 episodes, you have no reason to hide from making this prediction now, because you've got plenty of material to work with in order to make one key prediction. Who goes on to win where winning matters? Who's going to win the £3,000? Who's going to be wearing that shiny belt? Who is going to feature on that card in August that we are all going to pay to see and be live for? Who are you putting your respective money on? Who do I want to pick on first? Oh, it zoomed in on Crash. Crash! Tell us who you think's going to win, brother.
I've made it clear throughout our 8 episodes that, like, money on the table, and I had to pick a winner. Again, glazing is fucking disgusting, but it's Pagan, man. It's Pagan, man.
Pagan's ears must be on fucking fire this episode. We have referenced him thousands of times.
I reference him every episode, and it's annoying in that because it's not my character, and like this is making me feel like annoying, and I'm gonna have to battle Pagan in the future.
You're gonna have to battle Pagan on point of principle now to just check that ego of his at this point.
That is my guy. I said from the beginning, through his first battle, second battle, he doesn't let me down. Like, I understand where people are coming from with the do more, and hopefully he works it out and he just relaxes a bit. But then I also don't want him to relax too much, because it's that bitterness that he can perform with that I do enjoy. Pagan turns up for the scrap. It's not like a friend mentality. It's like, sorry, I gotta do this to you, pal, but it's me or you. Fuck you. Suck him up. Like, you know what I mean?
Do you want to know what? Pagan's a bit like Scar at the top of the cliff with Mufasa. Like, one of us has the rule.
Yeah, unfortunately, bro. They put you in front of me.
You're right, because I think Pagan hasn't had that moment. So, and I said this to him privately, and I feel okay saying it now because I think Stro was, of all people, was someone who made a direct comparison live on this very show. The difference between Pagan and Soul, because I see similarities to those two in certain dispositions and in terms of their personalities being somewhat dry and being a bit direct. However, the one thing I always took away, and this became so apparent when I researched him for our interview, is he makes his own points and he builds his own narratives. He doesn't buy into what anyone else feeds him. And that was never more apparent than when he turned during his first round with Raptor. And he's educating the crowd. He's talking to them. He's like, you all forgot 27 of my rounds and I only forgot 1. Right, now you. Yeah, and people were in. Yeah. They're like, this guy's right. We're fucking shit and he's the man, right? Pagan, though, has not had that moment where he stamped his authority on the battle within itself. He's gone after his opponent. Yes, he's had direct moments. He's had comedic moments. He's had everything in between. But there is still that little bit of restraint. That little bit of, I'm just happy to be here. You know, it's been,
Boys,
it's fun. You know, it's cool.
Dub T sorts this out, to be honest. I think Pagan versus Dub T is a mean fucking battle. Because Dub T is I'm not here to be your friend. I want to hurt you kind of battle. Like,
I mean,
you know
not being funny. I think Pagan, I know this is unironic. Okay, because Pagan is very vocal about certain issues on all his social medias, right? I think you need to get him in there with a battler who is equally vocal, but not for the same reasons. Because I think Pagan would fucking relish the opportunity of being put in front of a microphone and a camera and an opponent that he goes, oh, I fucking hate you. And just, right.
That is my problem
Round
with
one,
battle rap. And that's why I say do war dubs and shit in it, because a war dub will spice. A battler can come out with a war dub tomorrow and just throw the whole game in a fucking chokehold. And it sets up. And I would like to see you, like, you know what I mean, when the numbers get smaller and we're on like 8s and 4s. Hey, we got a little more time. Go on, extra £50 bonus if you throw a war dub in for promotion, like a good one. Not a shit one. Like, do you know what I mean? Give the battlers something to do. Because, like, this is the thing with battle rap, boys, and we all know it. Like, we are a community of people that don't hate each other. But like when we step on that stage, we've got to convince the people that we hate each other. So those narratives, them little, I was saying to Lorne before, Cammy, like of when battle rap was re-alighting, and we had like the London Gen show, and it was like, it's how I got the Scoop battle. Do you know what I mean? Of just like being online, interacting with each other, having conversations, but also trying to dig in each other out as well. Of like, you don't know me, bro. You're old. You're retired, bro. Don't. And that's how I got the Scoop battle, was just chatting shit. Like, bro, you've been sat on the sofa, bro. I've been helping build No Lose Chat. Do you know what I mean? Like, get up. Like, if you're gonna chat shit, get up.
Building. It's narrative building, and truth be told, you did earn that. Like, you earned that battle for it to happen. Because I think I'm correct to say you had the Yunnan battle before, which I remember that being close. Like the
Yunnan battle was before the Scoop battle, and I think I did a lot better. Like, I was always meant to lose the Yunnan battle because it's fucking Yunnan. Do you know what I mean? One of the top in the country, but the way I was talking, man, I remember the comments, man, of having people of like, "Yo, Crash might do this." But like, I went down, but I was scratching him as I went down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna die, but you're gonna leave this scar here. So when you look in the mirror, you remember me, mate. Like, to
utilize all the media as well. Like, you utilize London Jen. Shout out London Jen. I hope she comes back. I remember she was trying to do this thing where she had coaches. It was a great idea, but I hope she comes back. Like, utilizing the media, I would love, like Turbs is just doing this on Beat series, like that, like the Cypher series. Frost, hop on there and call out your next opponent, and in that case, you might have battled them already, but in that kayfabe way, you know, utilize it, and that's content for him, for Turbs. Part of Premier Battles on his own channel, connect the channels, and then you all of a sudden have like, even for you guys, like they have that collaborative feature that this is the Premier Battles, this part, and it connects people more and more. And I know in the end, this is what they're wanting. They're wanting everyone to be connected more. Like, I haven't even done that with my recaps, but I probably will be. And it comes to connect the channels together. I'll also run through if they're happy with what I say or anything like that. But like, because if we're connecting channels, but like that, as you said, you went out your way to do that, and we need, and everyone needs to be out their way to do all this stuff. So like, you know, Lauren has that. Lauren, you mean running face-offs? That's what you need to do next. Okay, what's that after 16? What's that top 8 looking like? Let's run the face-offs, and that whether battle happens before or after, run it.
So I'll be honest with both of you. I think Prem had the opportunity to do that with this tournament, but I think along the way, they kind of... Basically, the interview segments would have been the excuse to start your next narrative.
I would love
sit
to see
down,
some
right?
Tournament,
what do you think about this? Okay, cool. What do you think about your next opponent? He's fucking shit, and I can't wait to batter him and all the rest of it. But what you've seen is essentially match of the day post-match. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing, but to you, both of your points, this is battle rap. This isn't shake hands, be polite to each other for 3.5 minutes and try and make it rhyme. It's, no, go entertain us. And the entertainment is, I want to see that guy squirm. I want to see him flinch. I want to see him react. I want to see that audience react. I want to feel something. I want to hear something go, it's all about reactions. And no reaction is elicited when it's expected or when it's welcome.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's just not how that works. And the interview segments were the perfect opportunity for them to manufacture that and keep it in-house. Like, the threat has always been, like, lads, remember it's battle rap. Like, go after each other, but let's not go crazy here. Prem had the opportunity to a certain degree to go, lads, we'll edit out what we don't like. We'll keep in what we do. We'll keep in your best bits so you only say cool shit and some of the other stuff. Give people reasons to care. And what I've seen so far has been guys quite happy to talk about themselves, and that's great. Okay, I care about you. Why should I care about your next battle? Because it's on, and I'm sharing it on my social media. Fantastic. That's great. Whereas, I mean, Cammy's there. I mean, we might as well reference it. Everyone else has. King of the Dot just aired. And there were plenty of... Do you know what? It was on in Canada.
I knew there was something.
Do you know what? Yeah, and Prem might have been there. I think Shotty was there. Brixie was there. you know, there were a few Prem guys there. Do you know what? There wasn't even a Prem show on this week. Can you believe that? I know, right? It's ridiculous. And we're here on a Monday.
Yeah, and you still did the live stream, man.
Ridiculous. Absolutely insane. But every single one of those battles had a hook, had a reason. They had inbuilt hype to them to say, this is going to be crazy for this reason. This is going to be great for this reason. A lot of these guys don't have followings, and so the mandate has to be anyone that tunes in is a potential follower of yours. Give them a reason to care. If you got to be, and I know you guys hate on me, but with all due respect, Seven Wave gave plenty of reason for people to care about his next battle because everyone wanted to see him lose. So,
yeah,
everyone. So, if anyone, 5,000 people, 6,000 people collectively watch the 5 episodes that then tune into that one, and it does 5,000 viewers. We're laughing, lads. Like, I'm sorry. You can't all be, to actually Cammy's point, you can't all be Cool Hand Luke. You're not all the hero. You're not all the guy we root for in the movie. Some of you are Hugo Weaving in The Matrix. Some of you are that bastard in The Lion King that pushes him off the goddamn thing. One of you's got to go under for everyone else to go over. But there's nothing that says you can't be successful doing that. It's how the wrestling business has worked for years. And I think we've got a lot of guys that could be great bad guys, that could be so antagonistic with their opponents and audiences, and they just can't, or they just won't. Yeah. And like I say, that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. You've seen it threatened. Again, Kingsley. I think he's a heel even without being a heel. I think he's so uniquely hateable when he does his interviews and he thinks, I think I'm the most attractive battle rapper maybe ever. I want to punch that fucker right in the face. But he's funny. You know what I mean? So my point being that while I can't pick it, I would struggle to pick an MVP outright because I think all of them have just had that minor caveat or that minor thing. I think the potential for it is still there. There's still all the potential in the world for that one guy or that one girl to have that one moment and it all clicks. And suddenly, because not being funny, and I know it's being debated even now, Biz rose from basic obscurity to fucking champ in a tournament because he set his own narrative and followed it. And you can argue everything else in between, but you cannot argue that tournament. Go back and watch it. It's there. It's ready for you to watch. He's the template. And I know we've talked about that 1,000 times, but he was Cody. Undesirable to undeniable in one tournament, lads.
Yep. So that's a really good example of it all, because like I see years ago, let's say 7 years ago when I watch Bizzle Bond battles, Bizzle versus Kid Verbal. I watched Bizzle Bond lose to Milky. I watched that happen, like, and where he is now, it's a brilliant thing. But before I talk about who I think's going to win, because I still have that question to answer. I'm not going to duck that. I'm not going to duck that. I know you guys have done this as well. Like a lot of talking of what has been done, what could have been done, what can we do. Personally, I think if you have the relationship with Stro here, let me know who's going to happen on these next. Who's the next matchups? And you guys, and I'm saying you guys, and I can kind of do it now because I'm learning it at a rate. Like I'm not there yet. Still, we're running face-offs. I've got to do funny shit that I need to learn. Me and Gaspar are doing technical stuff. You guys could be running face-offs now. Record them, download them, keep them to yourselves, and upload them week of the battle.
Okay, Cammy, I will just share with you. And Crash, I'll share this with you too, and to all of you watching. Even though I was at the recording, I don't know who won, and I did ask. I did push, and I got fuck all, son. Like, I'm not telling you. Oh, come on, man. I was there. Fucking telling you.
About who won. I'm more like the next group. Like, okay, internally, I'll run the face-offs and give it to Premier League.
I'm so terrified of spoilers, though, dude. I'm really trying hard not to spoil anything to anyone for any reason, because I know that the week-to-week thing is so important. It's so important.
but you don't even have the footage. You could have the face-offs and then download it, and you don't go online or anything with it. Don't put it on YouTube, and then you either you put it in the tuck or you give it to Premier Battles on the week of, and it's 10-15 minutes. These two are about to battle, and could be at the point where they actually are about a battle. Therefore, it is more realistic, more honest, and then it's up. I'm not saying for now because obviously they've already battled and all that, but on end of March. If that's when the next happens, you should be getting them little things. For you personally, Lauren and Crash, you guys could easily be doing this. Again, I have to have like a Discord, and I have to have a video ninja and all this complex shit that I can't quite do yet myself. So I'm trying to figure out for me, but you guys can do that. And I would love to see just face-offs coming up now that we're in the tail end of it at the point that it would happen. Like,
I'll tell you what then, Crash, we will discuss at length the concept of kayfabe, and we shall discuss that prospect a little bit more thoroughly another time. But, Cammy, we'll get to it. Listen, it's fine.
You know wrestling, you know kayfabe.
He does not care a little bit about wrestling. He didn't care about wrestling.
The boogie, man.
Didn't like anything to do with wrestling.
I know old school John Cena, them like SmackDown.
Did you hear that? Old school John Cena, he just said. Old school. John Cena, old school. Old school John Cena. Is that what you just said? You just said old school John Cena.
And he was rap battling the fans. Bro, I was a fan of
when he was rap battling Kenny Dykstra or whatever his name was. Old school.
Oh my god. Do you know what? I think I just became eligible for my pension. Just hearing that sentence just made me instantly age fucking 50 years. Cheers, Crash. Appreciate you, brother.
Old school like John Cena.
Old school like John Cena.
Like original old John Cena. Like, when he first came out. I don't know, bro.
When he first came out. Oh yeah, old school.
Like, hey, like
Unreal.
Scotty Too Hotty. Is that old school? It's a little bit.
You get a little bit.
This is you playing SmackDown versus Raw.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's old to me. Sorry, gang. Sorry.
Old school John Cena.
Sorry, gang.
Oh my god.
Like, what are you talking? Like black and white? Like what's the fucking Ric Flair in them, man?
Wait, sorry. You think we used to watch wrestling when it was in black and white?
Well, I don't know. Like we're not that different in age, man. Them and like
that's my point.
But like that's old school to us. Okay, no?
Right. We'll have to revisit, dude. Congratulations. You just earned yourself an education on everything pro wrestling from the 1970s and the territories up till current day. But that's another day. Cammy, pick your winner of the tournament, my friend, and let's end on a high note.
If I don't know anything about the brackets or anything like this, my winner of the entire tournament, I'll go with Hamill. I think there's a level of aggression there because in my head the final is either Pagan Hamill or Pagan Gaspuff or like I said of the four that I've cycled, like in Pagan can loom over someone and can be that aggressor and didn't come through the short circuit way. He came through on a 2-on-2 with a friend and then caught fire instantly. Natural progression like that can't be replicated. He's a different journey to everyone else that has been built from the tryouts moving forward. He's different. He didn't have that. He came in. He was a wild card from the jump. He's a wild card now. I will say Hamill for me personally, but like there's so many good battles that will happen here. There's so many good opportunities, and that's Dub T is still in there. But I without going too long-winded, as a name, as a hot take, Hamill right now. But we'll see. It depends on how the bracket is.
Okay, I picked Dub T, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah. I agree with Cammy though. I think the 16 bracket is important, and even more of that, it's like how they're matched up. That's gonna determine a lot.
Absolutely. And I pick Dub not only because I personally I have a lot invested in his career, seeing him from basically when he started to now, which isn't long, but at the same time I've seen him made significant leaps and bounds. But I think he needs to win this. He doesn't have the favorite tag overall, but he has expectation on him to be that next big young star in UK battle rap. Not only because of his performances, but because of the standard he's kind of imposed on himself. Like, he kind of needs to win. And I don't see that same level of need in other people. Like, they can almost like, it's fine, I'll come back and I'll rebound. I think he'll take it really, really to heart if he doesn't win.
That's why he's my MVP.
And I just think,
but I want to, but use that. I want to see that passion banging out. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I want to see him like, of course.
It's late in the day, Cowie. It's late in the day.
We nearly did it. We
nearly went through an episode without two of them.
You nearly got there.
I mean, that's bad. I'm still offended by old school. That is gonna sit with me for a while. But while I recover from that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy. That was fun. 2 hours of being positive about battle rap and Premier battles in just general. Yeah. That was fun. I enjoyed it. That was good.
See, before we leave, one question. With the name that's not really talked too much that had the big hype, have we suffered not having another Spirit battle? He had that one first round hype.
He did.
2 months have gone by, and who's talking about Spirit?
I mean, I'll go out on a record.
We saw him.
Yeah, we did. And I'll go on a record and say I wasn't that I was probably one of the few that was like, I don't quite get him. Not yet. I think I need to see him again. Yeah. But again, I think that's something that they've got us. If they do a quote season 2, they need to be fired from fucking trebuchets if they drop out, man. I don't want to hear nothing about anything about, I'm sorry, I can't be there. When you were told,
£500 fine.
Lads, you were told in advance. Yeah. We're recording on these dates. You gotta be there. Like, me and Crash haven't missed a week yet, and we've been going 2 months straight, son. Like,
pause.
Yeah,
there was nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, Cammy.
2 months straight is crazy.
Nah, I usually own those.
That might be 2 months worth of pauses.
I'm not happening. But to your point, there is there's people that definitely will benefit in the long term once we get out of the tournament phase, and maybe they can come back under different circumstances with different pressure levels against different opponents with different caveats and all the rest of it. But for now, at least, we've got our winners respectively. They're back next week, Sunday at 8. Cammy, when are you back next?
I'll probably be the Monday for that, but here's a little thing then. I'll give a little exclusive that as amongst as I'll do all these videos talking about battle rap in the world and whatever's going on, like whether it's no cut, all this stuff, all these predictions and stuff. I've just come off of I am doing a Pokemon battle rap Nuzlocke, and I am 2 badges into it already, which is very nerdy. It's so nerdy, and I have to edit it to be like it's a battle rappers right now, and unfortunately, Briggsy's just died. So I've been a little bummed about it. So I appreciate you guys keeping me morally.
So if I'm given to understand, that's the playthrough where if a Pokemon gets knocked out, they are effectively dead.
They're dead. Right. Briggsy died. So like I'm a little sad about this.
We have just witnessed a car crash. Briggsy was at the wheel, and it turns out he didn't survive. How sad.
Briggsy so it's a whole battle rap Nuzlocke. I've made the whole rules and all that. It's like different rules that I have to abide by. 3 rounds. I had to like switch over after 3 rounds. I have to, if they go above a certain level, it's a retirement cap. They have to come back at Elite 4. Like I've been doing a whole bunch of this shit, right? And I'm really, it's mental. But Briggsy was a dark type, and he was spitting it too dark and died.
Interesting. I did something very similar. I was trying to do a Versadex, I think I called it. Where I was like, right, if a battler was a Pokemon, who would I pick? And I only got to Biz, and I had him as Magneton. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. It was a stupid idea at the time. It was even dumber in execution. But I digress. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Cammy. Cammy, where are you available, sir? Where can people follow you and find you?
So on X, on YouTube, at CammyGBR. I'm gonna this thing that's meant to say on air, but I'm gonna get an X saying BR on there. I know. Look at that. It's so cool.
That's cute. I like it.
But as I said, I've just done a live stream from the last 2 days of the World Dom event, basically a battle rap companion, because we watch these events stupid o'clock at night. as UK fans, and we don't have that place where we can talk. So as a specific chat that isn't just scrolling up hundreds of comments over the actual pay-per-view. So an area where we can all talk. I just done it through the weekend, was great fun, and I'll probably I hope to do it again end of the month maybe for no cut, and you know, just start doing this little stream companion thing, because there's a lot of people that have a lot to say about battle rap that don't have the space to say it comfortably. You know what I mean? So it's kind of giving that and on a chat, all this stuff. So it's at KamiGBR on X and at KamiGBR on YouTube, and I'll probably have the next week's uploaded for the Monday for the recap and stuff. But Lon, I appreciate you, and Crash, I appreciate you. Crash, you were almost the op. You were almost my rival.
Cam.
You were almost the rival. Became Mad Ills from Grind Time on my Nuzlocke, so you just got away from that. So I do appreciate you guys. I really do. And you guys are essential to make the legitimacy of the Premier Battles Tournament, recapping it every week, having people on. I do try check in every week. It makes it more important that there's reflection and what's the impact and what happens next. It adds to the story. So you guys are doing a good job. Do not forget that.
As do you, sir. As do you. And more of the same from all three of us, it turns out, next week on Monday, when Prem returns on Sunday night at 8 p.m. We'll be back on Monday at 9 p.m. So it's goodbye from me for now. Lorne, host of the Halcyon Show. Crash, you want to say bye to the people?
Goodbye, people.
And it's goodbye from Cammy, who we now banish back to the Shadow Realm and his competitive rival status, because we are coming for that spot, Cammy. We're coming for that spot.
On the Marco.